Banjo-Kazooie is a video game produced by Rare in 1998 for the Nintendo 64, in which a bear named Banjo and his bird friend Kazooie set out to stop the evil witch Gruntilda from stealing the beauty of Banjo's sister, Tootie. Firstly, the game's narrative shows the struggle between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat through the conflict between Banjo and Gruntilda. Gruntilda, the game's antagonist, is portrayed as a member of the bourgeoisie who seeks to use her power and wealth without consideration for the less privileged. She desires to steal Tootie's beauty and take it for herself. Come on. The game presents her as selfish and narcissistic, willing to do anything to achieve her goals and not caring about anyone else's well-being. On the other hand, Banjo, the protagonist, is portrayed as a member of the proletariat with a goal to save Tootie and give her back what Gruntilda has stolen. Banjo is a working-class character with limited means, who is fighting against the bourgeoisie to get justice for his people. Furthermore, the game's mechanics reinforce the idea of the bourgeoisie and the proletariat dichotomy, as the game's objective is to collect the game's currency, jiggies, in order to progress to other levels. The jiggies represent wealth and riches, and they are associated with the bourgeoisie. You need them to buy your privilege to move to other levels, and they are distributed by the game's bourgeoisie character, Gruntilda. The player needs to collect and then exchange them with a member of Gruntilda's proletariat, Mumbo Jumbo, who will perform a service for the player, such as transforming them into a new creature that can reach new levels. In addition, the game also uses stereotypes to highlight the class differences. The bourgeoisie characters are portrayed as being selfish and greedy, while the proletariat characters are depicted as selfless and hardworking. For instance, Bottles, a character that belongs to the proletariat, guides Banjo through the game's tutorial level. He is willing to teach Banjo the tricks and techniques required to navigate the game without any expectation of reward. On the other hand, Gruntilda, who belongs to the bourgeoisie, is cunning and manipulative, using her power to exploit others. She uses Mumbo Jumbo to provide service to the proletariat, but at the same time exploits and takes advantage of him to achieve her goals. Another aspect of the game from a Marxist perspective is the concept of false consciousness. This refers to the idea that people who belong to the proletariat do not understand their true interests and needs, which results in them supporting policies and practices that are detrimental to their social position. In the game, the characters that belong to the proletariat seem to understand their position in society, and therefore they band together to achieve their goals. However, they are presented as being naive and in need of guidance to achieve a successful outcome. For instance, Banjo and his friend Kazooie can only unlock new abilities if they seek out and learn them from Bottles. This can be seen as a form of false consciousness, as the proletariat characters believe that they need the bourgeoisie's guidance to achieve what they need. Lastly, the game's ending is anticlimactic and seems to reinforce the Marxist view of power dynamics. The game ends with the characters defeating Gruntilda and Banjo reuniting with his sister Tootie. However, the game's currency, jiggies, is left behind, and the game's characters are forced to accept that the currency's purpose is not essential towards their end goal of stopping Gruntilda. This can be seen as a reflection of the Marxist view of power, where the proletariat do not need the bourgeoisie's wealth to achieve their social goals. The fact that the game ends with the characters realizing that the quest was the real reward, and not the jiggies, is a testament to the Marxist idea of true human happiness and satisfaction coming from the process of achieving a goal rather than the end result. In conclusion, Banjo-Kazooie can be analyzed from a Marxist perspective, as it offers a clear example of social class struggle between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. The game's narrative and mechanics provide an insightful depiction of how wealth and power govern social relationships and shape human interests. The game's nuanced portrayal of class differences and its exploration of false consciousness reveal Marx's critical social theory's relevance on modern popular culture. In essence, through this analysis, we can see how video games can be viewed as a form of culture that reflects and comments upon the world around us. Thank you.